the greatest place to work, and the greatest fans, but the conditions were the drizzling shits.
Yeah.
So bad. So, but I have fond memories of that place.
And as you should now. I was only there once before construction. So, and I wasn't in the backstage area, so I was just in the hotbed that it was, but
okay.
I digress. All right, our guest is on the line, so just do your grand introduction. I will hit the button in a minute.
So I'm wearing her shirt. Everybody we'll plug it later, but this is her mental health shirt. She is one of my best friends in the whole world. Lovely person inside and out. This is Daffney.
Hi.
Hey,
all right. Yeah.
Hi, baby.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm okay. I'm so sorry for the delay. I had to reboot my modem, and I switched from a 2009 MacBook Pro to a MacBook Air, and then an Android to an iPhone.
Right.
Then a day, and I just was like, I'm late. So I've been trying. I did my makeup for. I'm putting makeup on in a year.
1 year. Yes.
I washed my hair.
She washed her hair.
If I had a Franny t-shirt, I'd wear. But
I just plugged your shirt that we'll plug later, but I have it on. Did you wash your cooch? Are you very clean for this appearance?
Yeah, but I did this forever ago. I washed everything. I shaved my legs and everything. I thought you were
gonna say I saved my cooch.
Well, if I had a boyfriend, maybe.
Oh, so you're single.
I might have to tap out of this one early here, folks. I got no input.
Now, her and I together are trouble. So, we were talking.
You're the bad influence.
Me? Hells no. I am not.
Oh, no.
Hells no.
I'm like, Freddie, no, I really don't want to go out drinking anymore. Come on now. No more shots. No,
when did that happen? She's such a friggin' liar. Who face planted at my house on New Year's Eve?
I don't remember face planting.
You in my sunroom. You were doing a little dance and you fell completely flat on your face after.
Okay, so does this not show the extent that I love her? That I would make such an idiot out of myself that I would hurt myself so she would laugh?
Right. It was done on purpose. Let's tell fun stories. Let's talk about WEW. For those who aren't familiar, which I'm sure a lot of people are not familiar, WEW was women's erotic wrestling or women's extreme wrestling. It depended on what time of the day it was. It had a couple names to
what
it.
They said. Wait, can I put on my Star Wars cup?
Sure.
It's a caffeinated green tea because I'm tired.
Are you feeling better? Did your headache subside?
And that was the whole thing, is I needed some more caffeine because of my head. So, but it's okay, honey, because it feels better than yesterday.
Good.
So
good.
They told me in the beginning it was women's exotic, but then it was women's extreme, and then.
So your first night in, they want you to do a dildo on a pole match, right? Was that what they pitched to you? And you were like, what?
Yeah, and none of y'all were there. No. This was early on before it was really anything, and not anything, but before they were doing pay-per-views. Excuse me, I didn't mean to sound disrespectful. And they told me, and I had been training at Dusty Road School. I'd been,
That's where we met.
And so we met we went Turnbuckle Championship Wrestling, but I had trained there for like almost 10 months before I even had a match. So like after that, like I had kind of like learned how to wrestle. So I was expecting to wrestle on this show. And I go in and I look at the card and I'm like, women's exotic wrestling? What's all this? So I go back in the locker room and there's chicks that were not looking like wrestlers. You know what I mean? They weren't. So I just go and I'm like, called a cab, went back to my room, and I'm like, and they were calling me like, you're no showing. I said, that's not what you told me it was. And, I was willing to, wrestle my heart out for you, but I'm not going to be a part of that. flash forward years later.
We love it.
Whenever it's, but the thing is, the difference is how they separated the two.
Well, let me
It's
explain.
cut to the chicks. Oh, you
Yeah.
explain. I'm sorry, Franny.
Yeah, but let me just explain to the viewers. So, for those of you who don't know, this was a company that was mainly on pay-per-view. I think we were on maybe once a month.
No, we were on the other day because I took a.
No. When they aired us, we were on pay-per-view once a month.
Yeah, but
Right.
we were on the other day, and it's still on to this day.
Right.
Is it really?
Oh, I'm sorry. You said okay. I understand now. My bad.
Yeah.
You
so
know,
that's okay. So 20 years ago, we're on
Mhm.
once a month on pay-per-view.
Right.
The only way we could get a pay-per-view deal is to add porn to it. It's
softcore porn.
This is a shoot. Yes, softcore. Mostly girl on girl. So there was a divide. There was the wrestling chicks on this side, and then there were the porno girls on this side. And you would see us, and sometimes they crossed over and they would have to work with us, and they had no idea what they were doing, obviously, which made it all the more better because mayhem ensued. But, you know, they tried... Some of the guys tried to get the wrestling girls over to the porn side, and we would be like, hell no, get the hell out of here. You know, we didn't even want to work with them half the time, let alone do scenes with them. So you would see, like, let's just say me and Daffney are in a match and we wrestle. Daffney wins, her hands up, cut to two girls under a waterfall making out. That's what this pay-per-view was about. And that's the only way we can get on pay-per-view, was to add pornography to it. So we incorporated, like, who I loved, Nurse T. She was the nicest girl. She was so great. She would come out in this little, she was like was she like a rat? No, she wasn't a rat. She was just a dancer.
No, she was a
dancer.
So many of them. And there was one girl that I didn't quite remember her name, which but remember some of the live shows, because they would do the softcore porn tapings off site.
Yeah.
And then cut to ECW Arena blindfold match with Daffney and Killer Ty Weed with Stevie Wonderful, the blind ref.
Blind referee. Chad, blind referee.
Yes, I remember. I remember.
Yes. So ridiculousness. But then when they were doing the wrestling taping, because there was no cut to softcore porn, they had a stripper pole out there.
Yes.
And these girls,
they were amazing.
And we were like,
amazing.
You guys are so awesome. Come hang out with us. It was just, we didn't really want to wrestle with them because we didn't want to hurt them. We didn't want them to hurt us. But a lot of them were really nice. They just didn't quite get what we did. You know, like, and how we took it seriously, and how we weren't just like, hey, which nothing wrong with that.
Right. We did a segment. One of the segments was we did American Idol. And so I'm a judge. I was like the Simon Cowell, because I was commissioner of the company, right? So I was like the boss, and I called the shots.
Well, you have to talk about SoCal Val first.
What about SoCal Val?
Well, she was part of the...
Oh, yeah, it was, wait, she was a judge, I was a judge.
No, she was the angel. Remember?
No,
when we did American Idol is when you were the commissioner.
I thought Becky was the angel. Becky was dressed as an angel.
No, hold on. How dare you say that name in front of me?
Not
real.
Becky Bayless.
You said Becky Bayless.
No, I said Becky. I didn't say Becky Bayless. Becky Seven. Her gimmick name was Seven. She was from Florida. She was a pretty blonde. She was dressed as an angel.
No, I'm so sorry. I thought you said Becky Bayless.
No,
it was SoCal Val. She was the angel.
We got to look up these matches.
I remember.
No, I'm saying for our Patreon, we got to show some of this.
Wheels were turning already.
It's
when
great.
You said that.
Yeah.
Okay. Totally.
Tell me. I don't remember. I just know I was Simon Cowell.
Well, you were like, Val would be like, oh, but she's so nice. We should hire her. Da, da, da. And then it was like an angel on your shoulder and Lucifer on your shoulder. SoCal Val. And she would even wear white and then finally I won you over, and that's when we were ringside.
That's when we were drunk.
And we were drinking the vodka. It was really water, but we were drinking it. Yeah, so I won you over. So the American Idol auditions, you were kind of being a can we cuss on here?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, you were kind of being a cunt because at that point I was winning you over. And I'm like, Freddie, who are these bitches? Take a shot. And Val's going,
you're right.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, cool.
We had two angels at one point because Becky was dressed like an angel too, and I don't know why she was. Who the hell knows? But anyway, we did it. We did American Idol, and the microphone was a huge dildo.
Black.
Yes,
and
and
this long, like that long.
Yeah,
balls that you held on to.
That was the microphone, and the girl. We were making them sing for some reason, which had nothing to do with wrestling.
And American Idol.
I know, but it was so stupid. And this one girl comes out, and she was foreign, but she kept claiming she was from Hawaii, but she sounded like she was from like another country, and her boobs were so big that they literally would give her black eyes. They were huge, and her name was what was her name?
I'm gonna do it. Let me do it with it.
Okay, go ahead.
They were like this. They were like boo, boo, boo. And she comes in, boop, 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 with the big black dildo like this. She goes, "Hello, my name is Hawaii 5-Hole.
Hawaii 5-Hole.
Wait, no, you gotta let me finish. My name is Hawaii 5-Hole from Hawaii."
Right. That
was the kicker. Oh, I just made myself pop so hard I popped my.
Yes, this is the kind of stuff that we did. There
we
was
had to do like 20 takes of that, did we not? Because
we did a lot, but I don't.
It was hilarious.
I don't know if they all aired, but it was so fun.
The Y did.
Well, she was because she was so over. And then
her boobs were.
Yeah, so then they had me pretending I was a drunk, and I literally had to carry a vodka bottle everywhere. And the guy, McCarthy was the one. Remember the guy McCarthy, the guy with the short black hair? I used to fight with him, but then I became really good friends with him later. He says to me, "You're going to do a promo, and you're going to snort cocaine." And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, your character's so crazy. Now you're into cocaine. So I walk into this room. They put a whole thing of baby powder on this platform.
It was
and they're like, it was like the whole
6 inches high of just a mountain of this
powder. And
on a big mirror tile. Remember?
Yeah. And they're like, you need to pretend to snort it. And I was like, dude, this is not like, it's bad enough I'm carrying a vodka bottle. Now you want me to snort cocaine.
And they're like,
it was a fat bottle. And they're like, just stick your face in it. So I stick my face in it. I come up, I have powder all over my face. And I'm trying to cut the serious promo. And it was ridiculous. This is the kind of bullshit that we did. But it was so ridiculous that it was fun. Towards the end, they put me in charge. And so I was hiring people. I was writing all the scripts.
Rightly so, because you did it better. That's why they knew to put you in charge, because you would book the whole show and it would make sense for once. And, do
you remember what I booked? I had all the porno girls come to the ring, and I didn't even tell them they were going to do this. And I looked up current affairs and what was going on in the world. And I made our ring announcer ask them questions. And the one girl goes, "What the fuck is this bullshit?" She got so mad because she didn't know any of the answers. It was just hilarious.
It was probably like the, what was that? Was Miss Universe or Miss USA, where she was doing that interview, and she's like,
they answer the questions.
Well, and
it was the funniest thing. It was so fun. But we had.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, honey.
Go ahead. No,
Chuji. It's your show.
No, please. I'm just thinking out loud. I'm thinking of funny things.
Well, because since we were still saying that, then I had to like pull it back a little bit to something that is very dear to my heart. Ended up in WEW, but I don't know if y'all know this. anybody who listens to the Queen, but we have been. She's probably been my best friend.
Oh, don't cry. I told you you're not allowed to cry today. Don't cry.
No, for the longest. And I was so honored. I was in her wedding. I was in the Queen of Extreme wedding. And it was me, and it was Cindy Bobcat, and it was Amy Lee, and Franny chose these motherfucking puke green.
I didn't choose them. I did not. First of all, no, you bite your lip. They were not ugly dresses.
Come on. No, the dress wasn't ugly. No, the dress was beautiful. Just the color.
And it wasn't puke green.
I'm just giving you a hard time because I love you and the old married couple.
My sister and my nieces chose it. I didn't choose it. I let them pick it.
Oh, that's who I got heat with then. Because
whatever.
Because me and Cindy and Amy were.
Can't hear.
There we go.
Okay.
You're back.
You're good.
Okay. Yeah, mine fell out of my ears, and then I had to hit some.
You're fine.
Volume on here.
Stop touching it. You're good.
Touch your face.
Wash your hands.
What's it?
I thought those dresses were pretty.
No, the dresses were beautiful. The design, the style. It was just the color and the whole layout of the wedding and the color scheme of the wedding. It was beautiful. It was just for some reason the bridesmaids, the color of the green was just kind of like a little off. And you even admitted it. You were just like, yeah, they kind of are a little bit.
I did not. I loved them. I love green.
Well, that's whenever we said we want to have a bridesmaids match. You were like, okay.
Oh, well, yeah, because what are you going to use the dresses for?
Oh, I thought it was, you were like, it didn't turn out quite the right color I wanted.
No, I loved them.
I loved them. Just that color for my skin tone wasn't right for me.
See,
you know what I mean?
The day that we went to shop, Cindy and Shannon don't live where we live. So the only person that could come was Amy. And then I had my family, my nieces, my sisters. They were in the wedding party. So they didn't have a say because they weren't there. So that's what happened with that. But then they see it and they don't like it. But too bad.
If it would have been but if it would have been just a color that would have, I'm a winter, and if I wear a color like that, it makes
my next wedding. I will.
You're never gonna get married again.
I'll let you know beforehand.
No, Franny. I misunderstood. So I thought the reason why we were doing it was because A, when we were going to wear them again, and B, you were like, oh, it wasn't quite the right. So it was just we weren't going to wear them again.
No, where are you going to wear it to?
Amen. And so I didn't mean to say anything bad about the color.
So I suggested a bridesmaids match.
It was the commentary.
In WEW, a bridesmaid.
In WEW, we're going to have a bridesmaids match where they had to get stripped. So if the dresses were ripped.
That's where I got the idea about, they were like, what are they about that color green? Da-da. That's where I got that idea from.
Yeah, that's
so basically, we decided to do a bridesmaids match, and it was, and Amy Lee, like, she had her dress on, but she didn't have it zipped up, and she had, like, her leather and it underneath, and we, like, get it off of her, and then I'm watching it, haven't seen it in years, and then I go to Cindy Bobcat. I mean, she's not even really fighting. She's like helping me. She's like, okay, get it off this arm.
Well, but the premise of the match was Fonzie took over my spot as GM, and he made me a referee. That was what happened. So now I'm a referee, and Fonzie was pissed he wasn't invited to my wedding. So he said, I'm going to get all of your friends to fight each other in the ring. And that's why the bridesmaids match happened. Because Fonzie was in charge now. So I had to get my job back from Fonzie, but I was a referee at this point. So the four of us are in the ring.
I like it.
It's the most ridiculous match in the world. Amy would not go down to her bra and underwear, and I don't blame her. If you're not comfortable, you're not comfortable.
Me neither, because of the other thing that happened. So when I'm watching it back, I'm like, I won. Oh my God. But like I said, again, I didn't mean to insult the color. being in the
Never gonna
wedding.
stop.
No, being in the wedding was the ultimate honor, and it was such a beautiful wedding.
It was a fun
And
day.
we all went down, and Franny is just a very spiritual person. It was a Catholic wedding.
Oh, I had to heal them in the church.
And, well, I was going to tell that. So,
Go ahead.
You want me to tell? I won't tell it if you want me to.
No, you tell it.
I already got myself in trouble because I thought you didn't like the dresses, but it was the commentator that
You tell it.
But you know I love you. I would never
Tell it.
I tell it. So it's me, Bobcat, and Cindy. I mean,
And my
me,
family.
Cindy, Bobcat,
in
and
the front row.
Cindy. And we're the bridesmaids, so we're like this, and we have our little bouquets in
the church,
beautiful
Catholic church,
green bridesmaids gown.
Oh my God! Shut the fuck up about the color. And I don't curse much on this show, but you're making me do it. Shut up. Just tell the story.
Oh, my ears.
You see how we're old married couple.
Come on.
It was such a beautiful hymn. And we were looking at Joe and Amy up there in the church. And we just had to. And we were swaying. It was a beautiful hymn. And this is what we got from Franny.
I'm on the altar.
Oh,
I'm
up
sitting
there on the stage.
I'm on the altar and I'm watching. And they start dancing and they have their bouquets and the bouquets start swaying and they're swaying. Now nobody's doing this but the three morons in the front row. And I shot them a look and all of them just went like this at one point.
We were scared. We were trying to stop
like,
her at her own wedding. And she didn't, just like she won't do in real life, or if she performs, she just.
I won't sell.
And
I couldn't. And I'm looking at them, and then I look at my priest, and he's like doing his thing, you know. And I just shot them a look, and they just like got like statues, and like my sisters are looking at them. My niece is like, "What the hell are they doing?" And I was just like, "Dude, I don't even know."
In your peaches and
yes. And then, so they all cut promos on my wedding video.
Oh, come on. Talk about something else besides that one.
No, it's great.
Let's talk about kids?
No, let's just talk about the promo is great. And everybody's so drunk. And so Shannon gets up there, and she's got the mic, and she's just professing her love to us and how much she loves me. And she hates kids. But she'll watch my kids because it's me.
Your kids are my kids. I'm the aunt. I love your kids. Like,
wait,
they're my
the whole time she's cutting the promo, she's doing this. She had no control over her one eye. It was fluttering and she blinked the whole time. And so I started calling her Blinky because I'm like, what are you doing? I think she was
the one for you.
She was so drunk. Cindy was so drunk that one of my family members went into the bathroom and she was standing there naked with no clothes.
Now, I didn't do that. Come on now. I mean, I know I love Cindy.
It was Cindy.
Blinky. I think that because there was a light on the camera. I thought about this since then.
I don't know about that.
Doing your videographer for your wedding, I think there was a light, and I'm like, I love you, Franny.
No one else blinked.
Was I slurring? It was just it was the Blinky.
No, you slurred. You were drunk.
Oh.
It was fun.
Well, this was probably like hour 3 into her reception.
It was
I blame Sunny. She made me do shots.
Tammy. Everybody was loaded. It was great. It was a good time. Do we have any other fun stories that people might not know of?
Well, you know.
You know.
They
don't know, but you know.
Well, we won't tell that story.
Okay.
I don't know, and I'm sitting in here and shaking now. I want to hear, but
people are.
You guys can move on.
Listen, they're like, what the hell is going on? Yeah. So the first time I ever met her was at Dusty's. I came with somebody. Won't talk about who it was. But,
old acquaintance.
Yeah. And she was there and she was so cute. And she walked over to me and just started doing this. And I was like, I said, get up, peasant. You're fine. No, I did not. I said, oh, nice to meet you. We hugged. We took a picture. And then I don't think we talked after that much, but then when I worked for TNA, Shannon was there, and with our 9-person battle royal, it was a 10-person, but there was only 9 of us.
Lingerie.
Lingerie. It does not.
None of yous is going to see me in my lingerie.
She has been for years.
None of yous
doing this impression of me from the promo that I cut that day. So finally I got so pissed at her, and this is years later, and I said, go listen to it again. Do I sound like that? So she puts it on, she goes, no, you don't sound like that. Where did I get it from? I said, you're just an idiot. That's why. Making fun of me with an accent that I do not have.
My best friend just called me an idiot. I mean,
yes, well, I love you, but you were an idiot. But that was so fun working in TNA, and that's where we like kind of reconnected. And I think we exchanged numbers then, and we've been talking ever since, right?
We actually exchanged because back then we exchanged numbers, but we exchanged emails, and we were like, oh, we're both on the TNA thing. We'll see you there. Da da da. Okay. And then after that, we were like,
we started working closer. Yep. Yeah, so there's a positive thing that came out of my time there. But that battle royal,
with those dreadlocks. God, I love him. The dead dreadlocks didn't work for him.
I love Ed, and all he kept doing was feeling me up because Jerry Jarrett thought that would pop the crowd. So for 3 weeks straight, I got to be felt up by Ed Ferreira, and I love you, Ed, but it didn't add much. The first time for shock value, okay, but then the next 2 people were like, what the hell is going on? You know? Remember, pretend to give him a blowjob in the aisle. And I'm like, is this real life? Like, this is ridiculous.
How about you just suck it? Like,
and then I take off his belt, and then I start whipping him with the belt. And he's selling like crazy, like a floppy fish. Oh, it's just we have to watch this stuff. We have to watch the Battle Royal one.
We would sit there and watch like that, and then how they kept announcing 10 women lingerie Battle Royal,
and there was 9 of us.
And watch every time we'd be in the line waiting to come out.
And they introduced us all the wrong names.
We'd all laugh amongst ourselves, but then. No, God, oh my God.
This is pay-per-view.
No, but then me and Franny, we just hang out, man. We just watch shit. And we were watching it was XPW, and it was Chris Chatty.
It was Juventud, though, cutting the promo.
I am the juiciest juice in all the building. And I think,
my God.
I think I almost peed my pants that night laughing with you.
That's another promo we need to watch.
Yeah.
There's so much goodness out there. The juice. Yeah. And Chris was just like, I don't understand a word you're saying.
He was just like going through the Gopa fish, and he's like, I just don't even know what's going to happen.
So much good stuff. So much good stuff. That's the one thing I miss. Like, I miss our girl nights with WEW because it was always a huge slumber party.
The bed picture?
Yes, we took so many cool pictures, and like a lot of the girls, part of their pay would be a bottle of something, you know.
Mine was that big ball of Grey Goose.
There you go. And a lot of, you had to tell. I always wanted money. I never wanted alcohol, but we would be in our pajamas, and we would walk to the nearest liquor store in our pajamas, get our liquor, come back to the hotel, and have a huge party. And it was just some of my fondest memories in this business are of being with you girls in WCW. Like WEW, WCW, WEW. I loved every minute of it. It was just the best time ever. So I miss the camaraderie that we used to have, and I miss seeing everybody. Because a lot of the girls I didn't keep in touch with. And you see them now and then on social media, but God, we had such good times.
And there were so many people, if you look back, that actually, worked there. That you think about,
that came through, wow. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And the thing was, from the beginning, I always had that digital camera with the flash that you could charge, and so everyone we'd all get our rooms, and call Franny, and it usually be me, Franny, Cindy, Bobcat, if we didn't fight over her. And then there was a room to kind of party in, which was, I mean, so we just would get some ice, mix some cocktails, and then just all play some music and all just hang out
So fun.
safely in a room. And then everybody would pile on the bed and we'd take a picture. And it was just, and whatever I got, like, it was like community. I'd be like, let me, da 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 da.
Right.
It, like, I mean, dare I say family? But I mean,
Yeah, you guys were my sisters.
I mean, when Leslie tried to run out in the street in her underwear, we were like, no, let's just, sorry, honey, can't do that.
How about when oh God, what was her name? She tried to jump off the balcony because she was doing mushrooms. Don't say her name, but do you remember that? She comes run. This girl comes in my room, butt naked, on mushrooms. And we had sliding glass doors, and she opens and she's like, I'm jumping out the window. And we literally are holding this girl back. She's trying to jump out the balcony.
She was excited about it. Remember? Yeah. It wasn't like she was sad and like, oh, I'm in it. It was like,
right.
Ah! So it was even harder to tuck her down.
Yeah, because I don't think she was trying to, like, per se. No. She just thought it would be a cool spot to do, which we weren't even, it was after the show was over, so I don't know what the hell she was thinking, but she was butt naked and we're just holding her. She's like, I did mushrooms, yay. Okay. Yeah, you missed all the fun, Chad.
I know, I did, from afar.
It was there was a lot going on, but I could sit here for 5 hours and tell more stories. We're gonna have to have you back.
Well, I'd love to do episode 2, and maybe if the fans have any questions, I'd love to plug Franny's Patreon.
Well, let's plug your stuff. Tell us about this great shirt.
Well, I'd like to, but I'd also like to plug your Patreon and maybe.
Well, we do it already. We've done that.
Well, I was saying, me and you could do like an exclusive something for Patreon.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Or maybe we talk about more inside jokes, like
we could do that as well. Yeah.
And so, but I want to say bless you for wearing my shirt.
Thank yes, you so much. I love this shirt.
My dear friend Aaron Garcia, he donated. He designed, and you can hear. I think Franny, my voice is permanently like this now. It's about 8 octaves lower since when I met you. So
yep.
Aaron designed the shirt that I had that had the ice cream cone, and it would say ice cream, and people are like, why does her shirt say ice cream? And he'd be like, ice cream. And he designed like Night of the Living Daff, a bunch of them. And I told him, I was like, this one's really, really important to me because of coming out of the closet, talking about being bipolar and all the trials and tribulations.
Wait a minute. Like when you say coming out of the closet, make sure people understand what you're talking about.
Coming out of the closet with actually having a mental illness and people knowing that I'm bipolar.
Because the next thing you're going to hear is Daffney comes out as a lesbian. So I want to make sure we're not going to release that statement.
That I'm going to tell them that they are big dummies and they just need to listen to the whole thing and look at Franny's shirt. Because I actually became vocal and came out about having a mental illness because there is the stigma attached, which says it right on your shirt, and the stigma, everything.
Wait.
And it was just,
there we go.
It's hard to get a job when you go, yo, I'm bipolar and I don't know how dependable I'll be able to be.
Yeah.
Don't let your illness define you. Your strength and your courage does, and so it was all these things. And I contacted my friend, and he's the one that came up with the nurse design, the nurse staff says, and he sent me the design. I'm like, yo, man, you knocked it out of the park.
Right.
All of my logical family, which is you, and I'm not going to say, but your significant other and your beautiful chillins are all my logical family, and all the people I sent them to, because y'all are all that have helped me when my mental illness has been such a struggle, especially you. You knew me before I was sick.
Right.
And so the real me, and you've seen me struggle.
This is the real you. Don't say it. I don't like when you do it like that. I don't like when you word it like that. You're you, despite how you were 20 years ago or how you are now. I loved you then. I love you now. You're you. And that's all you have to think about. Right?
You're the best.
You're going to make me cry. And I don't want to cry because I like my makeup today.
I wore makeup in the first time for a year.
I know.
I
You
already said that,
beautiful.
but I just gotta.
You look beautiful. Let's buy your shirt. Where can we buy merch? Where can we see you, talk to you, tell the fans?
Okay. So whenever we tweet about this podcast for Vinny Rue in the Vinny Rue brand, shout out Vinny Rue, and he's so nice. I love him. And so we will, I can put my Pro Wrestling Tee store, which is where you have it, it's just Daffney or whatever. If you put in the code SCREAM, you get 10% off all my shirts.
There you go.
Then my Etsy store, like what you have, there's a link in my Instagram, but I'm going to try to put it in a more convenient place. And if you click on that, it automatically gives you 10% off.
But what is the handle for your Instagram, your Twitter? Tell these people if they don't know where to find you.
All my Instagram, my Twitter, my Snapchat, everything is Scream Queen Daff.
There you
go. I got the sniffles now because I got teared up.
No, you're fine.
Everything is Scream Queen Daff.
Okay.
If you go to the Instagram, there's the link in the bio to that, and then Pro Wrestling Tees. So,
okay.
Good.
Well, this isn't the last time we're going to see you. It took me forever to get you to frig on, but I'm not going to say that. I told her I'm not wearing your shirt until you come on the show. So I wore it today because she came on the show. I thank you for coming on. I thank you for your friendship. You're like a sister to me, and I love you very much. So, and I'm proud of you. You've come so far. So,
thank you for your patience. And always
patience. Oh, baby, don't cry. Don't cry. Okay? Look at me. Look at me. I love you. Okay? I love you too. And I will check in on you as I always do. But try to have a nice weekend. Do something fun. I know you're not going anywhere. She's like me. She's scared to death to walk outside. So just do something for yourself indoors and have a good weekend. Be happy.
I love you so much, Franny.
I love you too, baby. Wow.
It was nice to see you, Chad. I'm sorry.
Hey, no, it's fine. I just like being a fly on the wall. What an honor for me to be with a Scream Queen and a Queen of Extreme. I'm the peasant here. I'm just I'm happy we were able to get you on and have some fun.
Yes. Yes. It was fun talking about all that stuff. We'll do it again. All right. Think of more stories and we'll have you back on.
Yeah, more funny stories.
Exactly. All right, babe. I'll call you soon. I love you.
Right. Love you too.
Bye, babe.
Take care, Dan.
Bye.
Shannon, Daffney. See, she wrote Daff, so I read Daff. But
yeah, that's fine.
See, that is a lot of fun, man. And when you get talking like that, my wheels start turning about all the stuff that we can watch. And I told you before, I never watched WEW, so it's all new to me.
Good Lord. And there's so much stuff that is on YouTube that we can pull.
Yeah,
it was a ridiculous company, but it was the best, some of the best times I've ever had.
Yeah, you said it many times, and that's
so
really
fun.
cool. We get tied up thinking about you and ECW, but there's so much other stuff out there. And like I said, I never watched it, but I've been told, it's great. And I was searching it while you guys were talking to see if I could work in a quick clip, but I didn't want to throw off the flow because you guys were really connecting there. It was very nice to see, that you're such an influence in her life. It's very nice.
Yeah, I try to always be available for her. There's times where we will sit there and we will talk and we will laugh and laugh and laugh. And then there's times that I've sat with her for 2-3 hours on the phone and all she did was cry. Yeah. It's a toss up sometimes, but I want her to know that I'm there for her and I will always be there for her.